and welcome to this special 2013 ICC Champions Trophy preview brought to you by Austral Sports. Let's get straight into it and have a look at the countries competing in the Champions Trophy this year. In Group A, we have Australia, the host nation England, New Zealand, Sri Lanka. And in Group B, India, Pakistan, South Africa and the West Indies. These 8 teams have been selected to compete in this tournament because they are the top 8 ranked countries in the ICC one-day rankings. So without any further ado, let's have a look at the teams. Starting off with Australia, they are currently second in the world on the ICC rankings for one-day internationals, and they are also the current holders of the ICC Champions Trophy, winning the last tournament in 2009 and also the tournament before that in 2006, believe that or not. Shane Watson is in fantastic form with 135 against the West Indies in their warm-up match just prior to the tournament, and he will be their key player during this Champions Trophy. 157 games of one-day experience, 4,700 one-day runs and 155 one-day wickets. Just incredible stats there. And a batting average also of 42. He is just a perfect all-rounder and will be very dangerous and hard to stop for Australia. As we have a look at the squad, they are a very, very young side here, Australia, with 2 players in particular, Nathan Coulter-Nile and Mitchell Marsh, coming into the side, and they will look to take this opportunity and run with it. Players like Shane Watson, Michael Clarke, the captain, and Mitchell Johnson will be leading from the front with a lot of experience in one-day cricket, and they will look to lead Australia towards victory in this competition. Moving on to England, they are currently ranked in one day as 4th in the world, coming runners-up once in 2004 to the West Indies. That was when it was held in England. So England will be also looking to push hard to win with this tournament being held at home once more. A key player for them, Ravi Bopara. He has only just come back and will be key for them. A bit of a surprise for him to be put back into the side. He's hadn't been in the English one-day team for about a year, and it was a bit of a surprise to see him back in the squad. Yeah, however, after 83 games and close to 2,000 one-day runs, and also a very handy medium pacer, he can do some damage, and when he gets started, he will be hard to stop. So he will be the team the player that opposition teams will be looking to shut down when they play England in this Champions Trophy. As we cross over to their squad, a very, very strong bowling lineup. I wouldn't be surprised if it's the strongest in the world at the moment. Players like James Anderson, Tim Bresnan, Stuart Broad, Stephen Finn, Graham Swan and James Treadwell all in there, making up such a fantastic English bowling lineup, and they will be very hard to stop, that is for sure. Try and make 300 against them. It won't be easy. Jos Buttler comes in to replace Matt Pryor once again with the gloves. Only 6 one-day games for him, but Pryor hasn't been playing too many one-day matches for England, so he has been their man with the gloves so far. England will also miss Kevin Peterson. He won't be playing in this Champions Trophy. He has been out. He's only just come back sort of in good fitness for the squad. However, he hasn't been named for this, nor has he been named for the Ashes, which is later on in July. So England won't be looking at playing Kevin Peterson. However, they welcome back Graham Swan from injury, which will be massive for them. So England, very strong contenders for this year's Champions Trophy on home soil. Moving on to New Zealand, they are currently 7th in the world in the one-day rankings. However, they have a very good knack of playing well in big tournaments. They've just come off a series against England and winning that one-day series, and they have looked in fantastic form from that. They won the tournament, the Champions Trophy, in the year 2000 and came runners-up in the last tournament against Australia, which was held in South Africa in 2009, as we mentioned earlier. The key player for New Zealand will be Tim Southee. 69 one-dayers, 94 one-day wickets and a best of 5 for 33. he will be hard to stop, and he will be the man leading with the ball for New Zealand, and the Black Caps will be looking to push hard in this competition for another trophy. Led by skipper Brendan McCullum, plenty of experience with 212 games there. Martin Guptill will be the star batsman that New Zealand will be really leaning on, with 189 not out in one of the one-day games against England just last week. Fantastic form he is in, and he'll be looking to star once more in the Champions Trophy, that is for sure. An interesting one, Luke Ronchi, if you have heard the name before, previously played for Australia he represented the green and gold in 4 one-days and 3 2020s for Australia, and he'll be looking to play a bit of a Gilchrist role, opening the batting and wicket-keeping for New Zealand in this Champions Trophy. So, big shoes to fill here for New Zealand, Luke Ronchi, and he'll be looking forward to this opportunity as well. Also, welcoming back Daniel Vettori, a huge in for them, and players like Ross Taylor and Kyle Mills will also be huge assets to the New Zealand side. Shifting over to Sri Lanka now, they are 5th in the world on the one-day rankings. However, don't rule them off. They are first in 2020s. So all we know is that they are fantastic in the shorter forms of the game. Nuwan Kulasekara is the man which will lead the way for Sri Lanka. 148 one-day wickets and a best of 5 for 22. Look at those stats. Fantastic from the young man, and he will be looking to run Sri Lanka through into a successful Champions Trophy. And if you have a look at that little statistic box down there, 1,600 games of total one-day experience for Sri Lanka. Quite incredible. That leads the entire competition by a long way, and mainly due to players such as Tilakaratne Dilshan, Kumar Sangakkara and Mahela Jayawardene, all leaders in some way or another. 2 of them were former captains. Look at that, 391 games in there from Sangakkara and Jayawardene. Huge experience. And of course, Lasith Malinga, Nuwan Kulasekara also playing lots of games. The captain, Matthews, 93 games. Plenty of experience there for Sri Lanka, and that will aid them in this run for a win in the Championships Trophy. Don't forget, Rangana Herath is also a huge player. He's only played 40 games, but mainly because he's been waiting for Muralitharan to retire for the last 10 years. So he is also a huge key to Sri Lanka as they go into this trophy. He's a fantastic spinner and brings lots of experience with age coming into this side. Now, India, the big team. This is the side you want to watch. They are number 1 in the world for one-day rankings, current World Cup holders, and Virat Kohli will be the man to lead the way. 98 one-days, 4,000 one-day runs at an average of 49.43. Quite impressive. They are warm favourites to win this one, and the only time they have come close to winning the Champions Trophy, however, was when they were runners-up in 2000 to New Zealand. So this will be their opportunity to win this Champions Trophy, that is for sure. No Sachin Tendulkar for India, so Virat will be the man to lead them into this tournament. Also, skipper MS Dhoni can make magic happen. He is the man to go to. Also, he will be leading the way with the bat. But speaking of batting, look at this. There's so much batting in this Indian side. MS Dhoni, Shinkar Dhawan, Virat Kohli, Suresh Raina, Rohit Sharma, and Murali Vijay. Just incredible. So much talent in there. Young talent too. Also bringing great form out of the IPL. So they will be looking to pretty much go all the way in this tournament. They won't want to lose a game. They are the team to beat, India, that's for sure. And also, don't rule out, this side is so powerful with the batting, even without Gautam Gambhir and Yuvraj Singh. Quite incredible what they've got. Now Pakistan, they are 6th in the one-day rankings and haven't had much luck without making to any finals for the Champions Trophy in the past. However, their chances this year lie with Nazir Jamshed. Now, 28 one-days, just 1,000. He has made 1,000 runs from 28 one-day internationals at an average of 41.6. Quite an extraordinary player this man is. He's a young pickup but he has made an extraordinary impact in the Pakistani side. So much talent. He plays incredible shots. He's almost like a young Ricky Ponting. Just the conventional cricket strokes, fantastic timing, footwork, all of the rest. He's just incredible, and he will be leading the way for Pakistan. Saeed Ajmal will also be a major component of the Pakistani team. He has always been fantastic with the ball in these shorter forms of the game. Cameron Akmal also needs to pick up his form. He's had a good start with 81 against Ireland just a few weeks ago, so he will be looking to play a huge role in this side. Umar Gul has been ruled out with a knee injury, so he won't be playing a part in this Pakistani side. But the young bowlers will have to step up. You have Junaid Khan, Wahab Riaz, Umar Amin as well. Also, only 3 games to him, and Asad Ali, just the 1. So plenty of young bowlers in there ready to grasp an opportunity to star in this Pakistani side. This is also the next side to watch. South Africa, 3rd in the world, and have actually won the first ever Champions Trophy in '98. However, have struggled to get into any sort of final or win in any sort of big tournament in the past 10 years. So this is their opportunity to do well, and the man who will help them through is Hashim Amla. 68 one-dayers, 3,400 one-day runs at an average of 57.2. Incredible. He will be a force to be reckoned with for South Africa. So look out, he will be shining the way for them. And a big opportunity for David Miller. If you have a look into this side, he will come in for the missing Jacques Kallis and Graham Smith. That is 500 games worth of experience gone with the loss of those two. Kallis for personal reasons and Smith due to an ankle injury, which he will have surgery on. So, but still plenty of talent in this side. AB de Villiers taking the captaincy. Hashim Amla, JP Duminy, Faf du Plessis, Colin Ingram, Rory Kleinfeld, Mornay Morkel, Alvaro Peterson and Dale Steyn, all fantastic talents and massive for South Africa. And they will be also just a huge chance at this Champions Trophy. And finally, the West Indies, everybody's favourite team. 8th in the ICC World Rankings for one-dayers. However, they have done very, very well in the Champions Trophy in the past. 1 title and 2 runners-up, quite extraordinary. And that 1 title, if people remember, in 2004 against England, was a fantastic come-from-behind win, and will be one that West Indies will want to replicate, another big Champions Trophy win. Tino Best is the man to go to. He has played 21 one-day internationals and taken 26 wickets. Probably not the greatest stats you want to have next to your name. It's almost just over 1 a game. However, he has been a star. He's only 5'8", but he can bowl 150 Ks. He's very impressive, that's for sure. He comes out and bowls lightning quick and can intimidate batsmen and teams very quickly. So look out for Tino Best. He will be a star in this competition. If we have a look at the side, there is a brand new captain for the West Indies, Dwayne Bravo, taking being a part of the rotation policy which the West Indies have just introduced, and Darren Sammy will take a rest after 2.5 years as captain of all 3 formats for the West Indies, which is an interesting time to pull him out and put Dwayne Bravo in, but this is the call they've made, and probably a good one as well. Dwayne Bravo will, with a fresh mind of ideas, will be looking to lead them into a successful championship. You've got Dwayne Bravo, Tino Best, Darren Bravo, Chris Gale, just a worldwide name now. You don't even have to follow cricket to know who he is. Kieran Pollard, Ravi Rampal, Kumar Roach, Darren Sammy, Marlon Samuels, Ramnaresh Sarwan. Just huge names in this side, and they will be very hard to stop the West Indies. So if we have a look at a list of total one-day match experience, Sri Lanka top it by a good 400 matches. This is combined total one-day matches by all players in those sides, by the way. So Sri Lanka looking to really use that. There's plenty of experience in there, so they'll be going hard. South Africa, interestingly enough, the youngest side. That's mainly due to Smith and Callis being out and a few younger men coming in for them, and Australia and Pakistan also lacking some age or experience rather. Alright, now it's time for the Austral Sports predictions. We're going to have a look at who we think will make it through to the final and win the Champions Trophy for 2013. If you have forgotten, Australia, England, New Zealand and Sri Lanka are in Group A. India, Pakistan, South Africa and West Indies make up Group B. Okay, so Group A, England and Australia start off their campaigns here, and I believe England will go down to Australia in a bit of an upset due to their form struggle against New Zealand just recently. New Zealand, on a bit of a high still, I think will go down to South Africa. Sorry, Sri Lanka, should I say. Sri Lanka have incredible experience which will take its toll against the Black Caps. Australia should go down to New Zealand. They just won't be strong enough for the Black Caps. England should defeat Sri Lanka. A bit of a home ground advantage, really. England just have an all-round stronger side. England that should then probably lose to New Zealand after what's happened in this one-day series. New Zealand have a bit of wood on them and have really worked out the whole English side and their tactics and so forth. And then Australia probably will get beaten by Sri Lanka over there. Sri Lanka will just get the upper hand over the less experienced Australia. And then heading over to Group B, this first game is going to be one of the big ones and could go either way really, but in our opinion it will be India defeating South Africa due to a stronger team overall really. With the loss of Callis and Smith for South Africa, it won't help them at all. Pakistan, showing some real promise after their win against South Africa in the warm-up match, should defeat the West Indies. Then Pakistan will go on to beat South Africa in a bit of an upset, I believe, especially after that match they played in the warm-up. India should then dominate the West Indies. Really, it's just going to be one-way traffic in that match. South Africa, I believe, will defeat the West Indies in the next one. Just not enough world-class skill in the West Indies side to get them across the line over such a good side in South Africa. And then India in a real close one over Pakistan. India will just have to overpower. Well, sorry, they will overpower and should make for a great contest though. So if we have a look at the table after those predictions, Sri Lanka and New Zealand should progress with 2 wins each. India, the only undefeated side, progressing with 3 wins and 2 for Pakistan. So with the predicted group placings, the semi-finals should look like this. Sri Lanka will line up against Pakistan while India face off against New Zealand. I think Sri Lanka and Pakistan will put together a terrific battle, but Sri Lanka will manage to come out on top, mainly because of their array of game-changing players, and should dominate the Pakistani side and put them into the final. Also, I simply believe that India will just be too good for New Zealand. Even though New Zealand have had a bit of a knack of getting up in the big games, India just have such a powerful all-round side which will aid them in the process of meeting Sri Lanka in the final. So our predictions have led us to a replay of the 2011 World Cup final, which I believe will turn out the same way with India taking out the championship. It should be a brilliant contest, really, as the two teams will put together a very entertaining finale. But the real action begins on Thursday, June 6 in Cardiff, and will run for 18 days, with the group stages taking up majority of the competition's length, covering 12 days from the 6th to the 17th, and then the semi-finals kick off on the 19th, and the final on the 23rd. Hopefully you've gained some insight into what the Champions Trophy has in store for us. This will be the very last Champions Trophy tournament as of 2017. When the Champions Trophy will be replaced by the ICC Test Championship. So go on and support your team. It ought to be a cracking tournament. Thanks for your company. We'll catch you next time.